Hey Capricorn, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are sort of doing a bit of a general reading, but also we'll be pulling a few cards for platonic connections as well. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate your support, especially being such a small channel. And I want as many Capricorns as I can get because I'm a Capricorn myself, and I do really love the Capricorn energy and reading for Capricorn. Even when I see stuff that resonates for myself, it still makes it worth it when it's resonating for you guys as well. But super interesting though how the collective energy works like that, and everyone on similar energy paths within the collective, even if the story itself is a little bit different. A lot of the time the energy is very, very similar with things going on in all different aspects of our lives. But anyway, that was a bit of a tangent, sorry. This week we are using the 7th seal lenormand. I also have the inner child oracle there, that beautiful bunny deck. I do love bunny stuff. We also have the earthbound oracle, so it's bringing out some really interesting messages this week. All right, but getting started for you there, Capricorn. Capricorn, what's going on for our Capricorns? What does Capricorn need to be aware of? Joyful expression, Capricorn. Be the little bunny singing into your hairbrush. It does say it is safe to let go and have fun. All right, so finding some moments. And I feel like that's all you need at the moment, Capricorn, is just those small moments of expressing yourself freely and having fun and just being. Just being you and expressing that, even if it's just in the bathroom to yourself, just finding those little moments to really just let go and be the true Capricorn that you are. Having fun, getting out and about, having fun as well. Making sure we're taking time for ourselves to actually follow things that make us happy and do things that make us happy at the moment. So making sure we are finding time to do those things, even if they are just small moments during the week. All right, because we do see a very Capricorn card. Be studious. Okay, you can see there too, this little bunny has fallen asleep while he's studying. So I don't know why we're seeing the fallen asleep in imagery when it's kind of, well, I suppose it does give you the image of someone who has stayed up all night studying, that kind of energy. But it does say I welcome new ideas. So this is actually about researching things, doing a little bit of extra studying a person, studying a thing, studying yourself, putting in that extra work, not necessarily staying up and falling asleep on the couch. It doesn't look too comfy. But reading more. I feel for a lot of you, this may be, the reading, just reading in itself, reading more. I'm a big reader myself, and I actually have finished 3 books this week. So I've definitely been very studious when it comes to our reading. I do actually have another important book I need to read in regard to some parenting stuff to help my child. But so I'll make sure I put that front and center, since we're seeing this sort of energy. So there may be something like that for you where you are needing to, just learn a little bit more about a particular thing. Like I said, I do have a parenting book set aside there that is specific to one issue that I'm having, or not I'm having, but my son is having, and I have sort of already decided I'm going to read that book so that I can, help him, get through that issue that he's having. So there may be something along those lines that you're needing to study a little bit more about at the moment as well, Capricorn. It doesn't necessarily mean having to go and read a book or anything like that. We all know Google's pretty good for answers, not necessarily medical stuff though, steer clear. But just doing your research, getting the background information that you need, doing a little bit more research so that you're coming from, the most well-informed position with whatever's happening around you at the moment. So for some of you, that can even just be things like, I do find, especially career sort of stuff, a lot of the time it's talking about, going back through the manual of how to do your job and making sure you're doing things the right way, and those sorts of things, going back through the policies, the procedures, going through, workplace health safety stuff. For some reason, there may be something in there for you that turns out to be important. Sort of getting back to studying something just a little bit deeper and making sure you're checking into things just that little bit deeper at the moment. All right, but we'll see what wants to come through with the lenormand. Okay, Capricorn. What's going on for our Capricorns? Okay. If you do have strong Taurus placements, you may want to check that reading. We had a really good reading for Taurus this week. But the reason I say that, Capricorn, is I was about to say, oh, we might have a fight for the top spot coming up here, Capricorn, with the most positive reading this week. We may have a tie going on between Capricorn and Taurus, all right? Things looking pretty good for all the earth signs this week. The earth signs seem to be smashing it this week. But I just want a bit more detail about that before we get into it. What area of life is that in regard to for our Capricorns, please? Okay. And I think just advice, just general advice for Capricorn. Just general advice for Capricorn to smoothly bring in this energy. Okay, Capricorn, we have the stars first and foremost. The very first card we have for you today is the stars. So wish fulfillment, dreams coming true, having hope and optimism that everything is going to be in your little hand, Capricorn. Everything that you want is coming, and it's close with that star card. All right, we do also see the letter. So, for a lot of us, that you're getting some sort of clear communication that a wish is being fulfilled. Clear communication that, oh, by the way, Capricorn, here's your letter of you are receiving $1 million. Who knows? It's not really necessarily, well, it is sort of telling me what this is in regard to, but I am still feeling that for some of you, this is going to be a little bit different for others, all right? But some sort of clear communication, text messages, phone calls, online talking, in person, an actual letter, some sort of paperwork. So for some of you, that is paperwork involving a dream of yours, and that you're getting that paperwork, you're getting those documents, you're signing that lease, that document to move forward with a particular wish of yours, a particular desire that you want fulfilled. We're seeing, for a lot of you, I feel like for a lot of you, this is actually you signing off on something, signing a letter, signing, I'm getting that maybe it's a parcel arriving unexpectedly for some of you. That there's no cards showing me that, but I do feel for some of you, this is actually a parcel arriving in the mail, something arriving in the mail, something that you have to sign off on, something that you, So that along those lines for quite a lot of you there. But what we're seeing next is the key, success, opening new doors for yourself. A lot of success coming in for you, Capricorn. The key unlocks all the possibilities ahead of you. All right, opens up all those doors, and you can sort of then for some of you, you may be choosing which door to walk through. For others of you, you're just going to go, I'm going to walk through all of them at once, and you're going to have success on the other side of that, being able to do that. It's a very successful energy. So for some of you, this may actually be a wish specifically relating to your success. However you perceive success in your life, the things that you wish for to be the most successful in your life. So for some of you, that's going to be career. Some of you, that's finances. Some of you, that's relationships. All right. But what we're seeing here, the clarity I've gotten about what aspect of your life that is, we do have the book. All right. So, once again, we're seeing the studious kind of imagery coming through, that book imagery coming through. For some of you, this is clearly, you've written your own book and it's time to publish it. With that letter, that's the publishing, that wish, that desire that you've got to publish your own book. Some of you are publishing your own book. There's at least one of you out there who's going to be publishing something anyway. So we do see, books and knowledge being quite important here at the moment. So for some of you, this is, you may be, having a wish coming true about some sort of education that you want to receive, or that you're finally getting your diploma, or whatever that is. For some of you, it's along an education sort of aspect here, that being studious, you're putting in the hard work so that you know that you're going to get your diploma. That's that sort of example there. For others of you, this is just talking about the next chapter of your life. All right. And we do have the ring has come out with that as well. So there's probably a couple of you there where we are looking at your next relationship as this thing, that's this wish, this success that you're having with a next relationship. But for others of you, we are looking more at the cycles that we've been going through. So it feels like you're starting a brand new cycle, brand new chapter of your life. You're entering into this new cycle that is going to be a lot more successful. Those new opportunities opening up to you, and that new cycle is going to be super exciting. I feel I'm getting excitement. That joyful expression. Shout it out loud to the treetops. I'm so happy this happened. I'm so happy this wish is coming true. So don't forget to, express your happiness, because I do feel for a lot of you are going to be super happy, super, super happy about whatever this is for you individually. Because it's all to do with your true desires and your wishes, the things that you want in this world. You're having success with that, and new opportunities opening up to you. So your advice here, Capricorn, we do have the stork, also the scythe, and the cross. Okay, so your advice is to just stir up brand new energy, and with that scythe energy there, the scythe does talk about sudden or important changes, breaking free from the past. Suddenly, unexpectedly, things changing for you. So with the stork energy, it's kind of, stirring up change, and not being afraid to stir up changes in your life, and, embracing the new, embracing change, breaking free of anything that feels like, old cycles, or anything that's held you back, breaking free from that, breaking free of those burdens. We do sometimes see burdens being carried with this cross energy, but at the end of the day, this cross energy, it's really shouting really loudly about, once again, having these wishes coming true, and your desires being met, because the cross really is a very spiritual card. Okay, so it does talk about, the more spiritual, religious side of ourselves, and it reminds us to have faith in possibility. I feel like that's what you're having faith in at the moment, Capricorn, having faith that changes are happening for a reason. Things will change. Things need to change. Stirring up new changes, having faith that everything is working out exactly how it is supposed to, because, you know, this card is the card of destiny, and destiny working in your favor, and having faith that, you know, we are going to see that success. We are going to see those wishes coming true, and we are going to see brand new cycles, brand new chapters coming through for you here. All right, so looking really good on that side of things, Capricorn. So we'll quickly have a look at what's going on for you with platonic connections. Okay, Capricorn. What's going on for Capricorn with platonic connections, please? Wow. I am getting a strong spiritual pull coming through here as well. On the bottom of the deck, I do have the vision card. So that's all about you envisioning the things that you're wishing for. So being able to manifest that as well. So, you know, if there's something specific that you're wanting to manifest within your platonic connections, you know, you can see clearly where to go and how to get to that result within that platonic connection. All right. But what I've got here, I've got the simplicity card. So, you know, keep it simple, stupid. That's what it's coming through with that, keeping it simple, and, you know, getting back to basics within family and friendship groups. You know, I feel for some of you this is talking about, you know, just spending more time on yourself rather than, you know, keeping it simple to the close knit group, rather than feeling as though you have to go and be social with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, or larger groups of friends. Keeping it simple. You know who's there for you. You know who's there to support you. You know who you support. You know. All right. So keeping it simple. There's no need to overcomplicate these friendships. They're simplicity. Get back to basics. The bare bones of those connections at the moment. No need to. I'm just feeling here. There's nothing really dramatic needed from connections at the moment. You don't need to give yourself too fully. You don't need to be receiving too fully from platonic connections at the moment. If anything, I feel like, you know, keeping it simple. Get maybe focusing on yourself more so than platonic connections at this time. We do also see the life card though. So this is like brand new life sprouting. So I feel like the more that you just keep it simple, you will find that there's new life sprouting within your platonic connections. So for some of you, I do, you know, immediately feel when I see this card that for some of you, this is letting you know that somebody around you is pregnant or is about to be pregnant. Because it does talk about new life, brand new life being sort of, you know, we see the seed here and then the little seedling popping out. So for some of you, it definitely does talk about, you know, that seed has been planted, the new life will sprout soon. It can also talk about new life in platonic groups in the sense of, you know, someone getting a partner. So adding a person, you know, adding a new life to these groupings, adding, you know, a new person to the friendship groups, the family groups. So it definitely can talk about, you know, pregnancy or somebody, you know, getting a partner or bringing someone home for Christmas, all that sort of stuff. All right. So there is some sort of new life getting injected into those friendship groups. I feel like for majority of you, this is coming through as friendship groups. I keep getting friendship groups coming through strongly here. But we're also seeing ceremony. All right. So this is very interesting, Capricorn, because I actually feel as though one of these candles is you, Capricorn. So for some of you, when we were talking about that prior message there for you yourself, we did see that ring coming through where I was sort of talking more about the cycles. For some of you, this definitely is a new relationship that is going to result in marriage. They may be within your friends group. this person, that this new relationship that's getting started for you. So that may not be for everyone. That's just a couple of you there. But we do have that sense of ceremony, that it's a very traditional energy comes through with the ceremony card. So it can talk about things like, baptisms, it can talk even just about, less formal ceremony type stuff too, like birthday parties can even be classed as a ceremony, those sorts of ritual type ceremony type things, okay, where usually a lot of the time we're celebrating when we see this card. It's like a celebration of something more traditional. So that's why I use the example of birthdays, because that kind of helps you understand that it can be a lot more than just marriage, and those sorts of ceremonies. But we do also see back up here with that letter, there may be an actual ceremony involving paperwork. So I'm getting, for some of you, I'm getting this image of, like when they hand you the giant check when you've won the lotto or whatever. So for some of you, it may even be something along those lines, a ceremony where you have to receive this wish that you've had. So yeah, and that's going to help inject new life into your friendship groups. It's like it's coming through that this is actually more about you yourself rather than your friendship groups. But, for some of you, you may be attending a wedding or, a baptism or something like that, a birthday party, coming up to Capricorn season, not far off now. So it may be your own birthday party, a New Year's Eve party, Christmas. Christmas is a very traditional, ceremony that we hold. Thanksgiving, for those of you that celebrate Thanksgiving. We don't actually do Thanksgiving here in Australia, so I don't really know that much about it. Like, obviously, we don't have to give thanks for the whole. Hang on, I'm not going to get into that. Sorry, I can be very opinionated sometimes, and I don't want to bring that up. I just will leave it at that. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving here in Australia. But Christmas itself is a strong ceremony of tradition that we could be looking at here as well. But once again, I'm feeling that it's you that's important for more than anything. So very interesting, Capricorn. Let me know if you know what that ceremony is. Let me know if you are expecting a new family member. I get very nosy. I like to know how these things play out for every individual. But let me know. But you're more than welcome to check other placements, of course. But hopefully I'll see you all again soon.